many of you all have ever heard of predictive programming? I'm hoping most of you all have heard of it. Let me know if you have or have not down in the comments below. But predictive programming is the theory that the powers that be put things in movies, TV shows, video games, and other forms of entertainment to kind of tease us, to dangle things right in our face, to kind of show major events that they plan on happening in the future, to kind of show us their plans before they happen. Now, when you hear of predictive programming, the number one thing that usually comes to mind is The Simpsons, because The Simpsons has predicted a lot of stuff. In fact, The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump being president. And weirdly enough, an episode of The Simpsons was just pulled from streaming services last night because there was a scene in the episode that looked oddly familiar. It looked kind of like what happened to Donald Trump on Saturday. But I'm actually not here to talk about The Simpsons at all, because you see, there are tons and tons of examples of predictive programming. One example that I've talked about on this channel before, one of the more recent examples, one of the craziest examples I've ever seen, is a movie by the name of White Noise. Now, you guys might remember, if you've been subscribed here long enough, maybe you haven't been, do you all remember the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio? The one that poured out all of those chemicals and tainted that little town? I talked about it a lot on this channel. But shortly before that train derailment happened, a movie by the name of White Noise came out on Netflix. In the movie White Noise, a train derails in a small town and chemicals spread everywhere. But that's not the craziest part. The craziest part is that this movie, White Noise, was filmed right near where the train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio. But that's not the craziest part either. The craziest part is that people of that small town, a lot of them actually were extras in the movie. So they were extras in a movie about a train derailment that was filming right near their town months before a train derailment actually happened. And things kind of went the same way they did in the movie. Not exactly, but you guys get it. But see, that's the problem a lot of people have. A lot of people with low IQ, a lot of people that can't think outside the box, a lot of closed-minded people, they think that predictive programming has to be an exact depiction of events, but that's not the case. It's not always exactly how things play out, but it's always oddly similar, you know? It's like, whoa, this is a huge coincidence, right? Now, speaking of coincidences, we all know what happened to Donald Trump at the rally on Saturday. I've been talking about it on this channel. I've been talking about it a lot over on X or Twitter. There's stuff that I can't talk about here that I can talk about over there, so go follow me right now. But as you guys know, I'm a big movie buff. I love Marvel. I love the MCU. At least I used to. But the movies and the shows on Disney Plus, they suck lately. But there's a new Captain America movie coming out. And the trailer was supposed to release a while back, but for some reason, they kept pushing it back. And finally, the trailer released on Friday night, the night before Donald Trump got shot. Now, when I watched the trailer, I thought it was weird because it was unlike most Marvel superhero movie trailers. There wasn't a whole lot of superhero-y stuff going down. But there was one scene in the trailer that really stuck out. You see, in the movie, Harrison Ford is playing the President of the United States. One of the main scenes in the trailer, you see the President of the United States get shot by someone who is being mind controlled. You see the President get shot by a secret government operative that has been brainwashed. Now, I just thought that was weird because this trailer came out hours or the night before Donald Trump gets shot. Now, I'm not saying that this means anything, but it's just one of those odd coincidences. And oddly enough, this new Captain America movie, it was actually supposed to be named Captain America New World Order. But they changed the name to Captain America Brave New World. Now, in the movie, a new Captain America is taking over. And shortly after you see the president get shot by an assassin, in the trailer, you actually see the White House blow up as well. I'm going to go ahead and try to roll a quick little snippet for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Then I'll be right back. Now, I'm not saying that this really means anything at all. It's just a very odd coincidence. It's something that I noticed that I don't think a lot of other people did. It's just odd that here we have this Marvel movie, usually about superheroes, but instead this time it's about the president getting assassinated, and the trailer comes out the night before Donald Trump almost gets assassinated. It's just weird. It's just one of those weird little coinkydinks, right? But as I always tell you, every time there's a major event like this one, there's always these weird coincidences. Every single major event is surrounded by strange coincidences, and I'm starting to think that maybe these aren't coincidences after all. But there's another strange coincidence that happened. You see, I know none of you all read newspapers anymore. I know I don't. I haven't seen a physical newspaper in a very long time. But on the cover of the Washington Post newspaper, the morning Donald Trump got shot, hours before it happened, on the front page, the headline of the newspaper is, "Biden trains fire on Donald Trump." Now, usually I would think, oh man, this is a really weird coincidence. But this is the type of rhetoric we see every single day when it comes to Donald Trump, which is why people hate him so much, because they keep constantly getting riled up by the mainstream media that wants us divided. But all of these coincidences, they're just weird. But as weird as this stuff is, nothing is actually weirder than what took place that day. Because there's a lot more details coming through. Details that are they're just continuing to blow my mind. And I'm going to bring you those details right here on this channel. I'll be bringing you those details over on my other channel. You need to subscribe to that channel because I have updates coming on. I have updates coming over there all day and night as well. And over on X or Twitter, I have updates over there as well. This is one of those stories where there's so many details, I have to spread out my coverage through multiple platforms, multiple channels. It's just really gotten that crazy, and there's so much going on. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following. But I hope you found this information as interesting and weird as I did. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.